Hello and welcome to Homeroom. I'm Nancy Pierce. So glad you are joining us today. We are going to take you on quite a trip. You're going to learn some things about archery and what an incredible program we have in the Mobile County Public School System. Joining me are Roy Richardson. He is one of the coaches. I've known Roy, I can't even tell you how many years. Good to have you here.
It's good to be back.
Good, good, good. And next to Roy is Chantel Williams. She is a senior.
Yes, ma'am.
And you are at Bryant.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, and you started at Gilliard? No. Where'd you
Actually,
start?
we were at Alba Middle back
Okay.
in 2004.
Okay.
And we were there for 2 years as a middle school program. And then when the kids got ready to move on to the high school, I think Mr. Larry Mouton was the principal that moved over to the high school, and he invited us to come over and continue it, and we've been going at it since.
And the students probably didn't want to go where you weren't going to be, so that's really good. You're just being modest, that's all.
I think they follow that arrow. They follow the arrow, not the person.
Oh, come on. But anyway, you know what's so cool is that now it's in elementary schools too, but we'll talk about that in a minute. Chantel, you're a senior. How many years have you been
I've been
this?
shooting for 6 years.
6 years?
Yes, ma'am.
So where did you learn?
I learned at Coffeyville High School.
Oh, okay. So they had a program too?
Yes, ma'am.
Why'd you do it? What made you interested?
Well, my brother was doing it, so
Okay.
it seemed like I should do it too.
Older brother?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you doing this for safety? No. I'm just kidding. Are you better than he is?
Now I am. Yes.
Ooh, I bet he doesn't like that, does he?
He doesn't.
Oh, my goodness. Now, did he go to Bryant?
No,
too?
ma'am. He graduated from Coffeyville the year
Okay.
that they shut down.
Okay. So, take me back 6 years. What'd you do? I mean, I have tried. I can't do it. It's not one of my talents.
Mm-hmm.
Were you pretty good at first?
No, I was not.
No? What
good
kind of
at
things
all.
happened? What?
Someone was shooting a bow, and I walked in front of them.
Oh, no.
And
I know better than that, I think.
It's because you just have to pay a lot of
Sure.
attention. And I mean, I've missed the target. It's crazy.
Crazy? How'd you get better?
I stuck with it and practiced and realized it was something that I really wanted to do. So I just kept doing it.
Wow. Is that pretty much the story, Roy?
It is for some kids. The ones that stay with it usually get to where they're trying to go. And I'll say that about Chantel. She shot like a 294 at Worlds this year and came in 4th. And the award ceremony, I sort of missed that. I stepped out to get a bite to eat, and
Oh, no.
I started looking for a parking place. And by the time I saw her, she was coming out with a plaque for having 4th place. So that was embarrassing. But at the same time, I know that the persons that stay with it and don't quit, they usually find what they're looking for at the end. So.
Okay, you said she scored how many points?
294 out of a possible 300.
Okay, I was going to ask you.
Yeah.
So what were the 6 points? What would that have been?
I could have I got nervous because I saw that I was doing so good. And I just didn't want to mess up, so I messed myself up trying not to mess up.
Oh, no. I think that happens frequently.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, my gosh. Have you ever had a perfect score?
No, ma'am.
You will.
I hope so.
Now, what do you do once you graduate? You take Roy
I
Richardson
don't know
with
what
you?
I'm going to do after I graduate. Well, I
Yeah.
know I want to go to college, but I don't know if I'm going to continue to do archery or just practice whenever I want to or just keep going with it. I don't know yet.
What does your family say?
My mom loves that I do
Does
it. She does. She enjoys watching me and just being there. She likes it. They
That's
like
really
it.
cool. That is really cool. And your brother's okay that even though you can beat him?
He's okay with it.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Well, he knows you can beat him, so he better be okay
Yeah.
with it. What kind of skills do you have to have, Roy, to do this?
The physical strength helps, but it doesn't. With these bows, because it's an introductory program and the bow is set at 20 pounds max, you know, anybody can pull it, or almost anybody can pull it. And if you can't, we can crank it down for you. But when you get to the point where, you know, a kid is a senior and they're leaving, you know, and they'll be ready to either sell their bow or trade it in and go after something a little stronger. And we're adding that to the program at Bryant. We're after what's called Scholastic 3D Archery, or JOAD is another program we're going to try to add to where the kids can start shooting regular hunting bows. And if they choose to get involved in 3D archery, that they can enter tournaments and hopefully have a little bit of background training for that before they get there. Likewise, if there's anybody that has a dream of going to the Olympics, the JOAD program is built to try to get the kid from the introduction program to a program where he gets more training and more instruction. And then, yeah, and the rest of it's up to the kid. And finding the right coaches. Right now, you know, I will be stepping into a new world when I do that. So it's going to be a challenge for me to pick up the information and pick up things that the kids need to know with not to mislead them.
Now, did Coach Richardson, was he one of your main coaches? Because I know there's more than one at.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Tell me some things about him. Was he good? Good coach?
Yes, ma'am.
Was he tough?
Yes. You
Ooh.
have to shoot what you need to shoot.
So he's not going to let you off easy.
No, ma'am.
You know what their potential.
Oh, yeah. Everyone, you know, I had a good friend that once said that everybody can be a good archer, but not everybody's going to become a good archer.
Yeah.
So, and I understand what he meant by that now, because, you know, there's not a soul walking around that can't come up there and learn the basics. But whether they ever try to polish that to the point where these kids have, that's hard. And at the same time, I think of the real world. If you're trying to train these kids for real world skills, if I was an employer, I'd want somebody who, if he didn't get it right the first time, he's always pushing to get it just right. So, you know, if they carry that from this program, the fact that if I'm going to be good at something, I've got to stick with it, then that's worth the program.
Do you have more females and more males and females that take part?
I would say right around 50-50.
Good.
As far as who's trying it, now when we get ready to go to a tournament, the scores dictate how many of the kids go and who goes, but you have to have a certain number of the opposite gender. So it doesn't bother me if we were to have a team that was split down the middle. It wouldn't bother me if I had a team that had more girls than guys. That would be new for us, but some of the teams that we're trying to beat that we've not beaten, that's their recipe for success. They've got more girls than boys.
Okay, what team do you really want to beat that you haven't beaten? From both of you.
I'll let her answer the first one.
Oh, Trig.
Trigg County, that would be Trigg County, Kentucky. They have won the national tournament more than anyone, and we've been on stage with them at least once in third place, but we've never beaten them head to head.
What's their success, do you think?
Their ticket to success,
Yeah.
they
Practice,
have
practice.
practice.
But it sounds like you
That's
practice too.
Yes,
I guess
ma'am.
you have to practice a little more, huh?
Yeah.
Where in Kentucky is that? Where is?
I'm not sure where they're located from Louisville. Louisville is where they shoot, which
Okay.
is not far from them. And
Okay.
I could easily say a 900-mile drive for us is part of the problem, but
Oh,
you know,
sure.
we're not going to use that as an out.
No,
It's
you wouldn't. I know you wouldn't. Any other team that you really would like to beat?
If it was in-state,
Yeah.
we're going to have a heck of a shootout this year. There are several programs that it's going to be very competitive of, and that would be Buckhorn from up in north of Huntsville. Saraland here in Mobile is pushing very, very hard, and their program's doing well. And then Asheville from north of Birmingham is the other program that have been sort of dominant schools in high school. So any one of those is going to give us a run for our money.
Yeah, you do so well though, Roy. You really, I mean, your kids have done so well. I don't mean to put the pressure on you.
Well, I tell them all the time, you know, unless you're willing, if they outwork you and they get it, then I can handle that. But if they don't outwork you, if you just hand it over because you're too lazy to put in the time, shame on us.
Right.
You know? So
I bet you haven't found too many of those kids in your.
I have some that like to cruise on last year or what they shot yesterday. And,
Yeah.
And when they come to understand, it's like Janet Jackson's song, "What Have You Done For Me Lately?" The next score is what people are looking at. They're not going to remember what you did yesterday. It's the next one that you step up to the line with.
Well, we are going to show some video. We're showing video of how it is done, and we have to take a break right now, but stay put. We'll be back. And don't you go away.
Did you know that the graduation rate for Mobile County is 82% and rising? That's because Mobile County Public Schools is equipping our students to be college and career ready. Did you also know that 144 of our AP scholars excelled high on the advanced placement exams to earn college credit? And with more signature academies and career technical programs, we are finding additional ways of keeping our students engaged. Building futures. It starts with us.
Hi, I'm Martha Peak, Superintendent of Mobile County Public Schools.
And I'm Kay Ivey, your Lieutenant Governor.
We want to remind you to use caution while operating motor vehicles in school zones.
And remember to observe all traffic laws relating to school bus safety and stop ahead when you see red.
Protecting and keeping our children safe, it starts with us.
Hi, I'm Pat Mitchell, Transportation Director for the Mobile County Public School System. Remember, stop ahead when you see red.
Welcome back to Homeroom. I'm Nancy Pearson. We're learning about archery. Have you ever tried to shoot use a bow and arrow? I did when I was a kid. Couldn't do it. I think it just fell. The arrow just fell on the ground. And I'm sure that some of the kids that are here today who are fabulous at this will be able to help me. I hope. So I want you to meet two seniors at Bryant High School who are fabulous with a bow and arrow. I have Aubrey and Connor, and you're both seniors.
Yes, ma'am.
And your name's Aubrey, but you aren't for Auburn.
I think I was named after their mascot.
Really? You maybe need to change your name. Are you going to Alabama?
I think I'm going to Faulkner.
Oh, okay. Connor, how about you?
Hopefully Alabama.
Okay. Ooh, we got a lot of red and white in this room, don't we? Okay, so how long have you been shooting? Let's start with Connor.
I've been shooting this will be my 7th year shooting
7th? So you started where?
in middle school
Where?
at Grand Bay.
Oh, okay. So great. I mean, the thing about this program is started and kind of blossomed. And now we've got elementary schools, and they feed into the middle schools, and then the high schools. So no wonder you kids are so good. What about you, Aubrey?
I started at the end of my 5th grade year.
Wow. Where were you?
I was at Dolphin Island. I went to like a Girl Scout camp,
Okay.
and they taught us a little bit about it.
Were you interested before?
A little bit, because my daddy and my uncles bow hunt.
Oh, okay. Okay. So is that what you want to do? Is that why you're learning this?
It was at first, but
Not now.
now I just kind of
Like
like
it.
to shoot. Yeah.
Yeah. How about you, Connor?
Well, my uncle, they always took me bow hunting, and then they started the program at school, and I just kind of flowed with it
Did you practice a lot?
every day
You
until
practice a lot? What's it like to go to tournaments?
Most of them are, like the big ones are nerve-wracking, but some of the local ones you're just,
laid back.
Yeah. But you know, as far as nerve-wracking, and I know things can get nerve-wracking, but you know what you're doing. It's just, do you want to do so well? Is that what maybe sets it off, you think?
I think it's just, I'm scared to mess up.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
You got to tell yourself, you're not going to mess up. You're not going to mess up. You're not. I'm going to call you before your next tournament. You are not going to mess up, Aubrey. Connor, you too? Do you get nervous at all?
I used to, and now at the bigger tournaments, Worlds and Nationals, they're still
Right.
a little nerve-wracking because I don't want to mess up or do bad.
Well, what's the difference, though? If you're doing a local tournament, you don't want to mess up then either.
More people watching, I guess.
Oh,
This
okay.
would be
So the audience kind of
Yeah.
puts a little.
a little bit.
Okay. Okay, so when you get up there, pretend there's nobody there if you can. Just don't
Try to.
look. Don't look. This is so cool. Okay, so school started. Roy Richardson's your coach? I know you have a lot of coach. There's more than one coach, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what does he do? What's his way of coaching you?
Getting
I'm
us
not
where
sure.
we need to be.
Okay, but
Practicing
how
every
does he
day.
do that? How does he do that?
Practicing every day,
Yeah?
whether it's when we shoot bad, we do push-ups.
Eh.
Running.
Is that his idea or yours?
His.
How many?
Matters on how many or how bad you shoot.
Whew! Does
However-
everybody have to do them or just the?
Just whoever shot.
Oh, okay.
If you
Ooh,
shoot
that's
underneath
good.
the 285, however many points minus 300, that's how many you have to do.
I wouldn't do well at this sport.
It gets you where you need to be.
Yeah, it does. Right. Okay, so we're looking here, And of course, I assume you want to get in the middle.
Yeah.
So it's different points depending on the color. Okay.
This one.
So what if I didn't make it any of it? I
It's
wouldn't
a
get any
zero.
points.
0. Yeah.
What if I hit on the outside white?
It's still a
Nothing.
0.
So I have to get in. What about that white in the circle?
In the
Yeah,
ring,
that
yep.
every ring is it goes
1
up a point.
1 point. All the
I
way
wonder
to
if I
10.
could do that. How hard is it?
It's easy once you learn how to.
Once
the
you learn
steps.
how?
Yeah.
Did you have trouble at first? And I'm not saying that because you're a girl, but I kind of am, because I didn't have a whole lot of strength when I was your age or younger when I think I tried. And literally the arrow just fell on the ground. That's it. I could not. And I don't know if I had a bad instructor. I think I was at a camp too, and I never tried it again. Did that affect you at all, or have you always had? Do you need strong arms?
Not really.
You don't?
You can loosen up your bow and aim higher.
Strong fingers?
Yeah,
that
you
goes
get,
with it.
you get a lot of blisters.
Do you?
Blisters and callus.
Yeah. Does it hurt?
At
If you
first,
haven't shot in a while,
It does? So you went to World, or you went to National, or you went to both?
but
both.
How'd y'all do?
Well, I didn't go to national, so I wouldn't know about that one. But world, we didn't do the best. We could have done better, of course, but I think we placed
14th.
14th. Yeah.
How about, well, how many teams were there?
I have no clue.
Probably a lot.
A lot, yeah.
Yeah, so 14, you know, I know you want to be one. But what about your individual? How'd you do?
It was all right. I know I could have done better, but
Is that what
I
keeps
just
you
got nervous.
going? Keeps you practicing is, okay, I'm going to do better.
Do
Gonna
better
do
in the last
better.
tournament. Yeah.
Can somebody bring me a bow? We're going to get a bow. I want to look at this. Because, you know, when I was a kid, it had wood here and something here, and that was it.
That was it.
Yeah. I mean, you don't use those anymore, do you? Oh, and now they're telling me
Not
I
for
have to
our
take a
tournaments.
break. So I got to take a break. We'll be right back, okay? And we'll be right back. Don't go away.
It started with me at Murphy High School when I came here as a freshman in 1973. I was very interested in math and science already before I came to Murphy. From Murphy High School, I was appointed to the U.S. Naval Academy, was able to get my college degree and also my commission in the U.S. Navy from the Naval Academy. But it truly was the foundation that I gained here at Murphy High School that allowed me to take advantage of that great opportunity.
I'm Ashley Rich, Mobile County District Attorney. The failure to obey school bus safety laws will cost you. It can cost you up to a $3,000 fine and the loss of your driving privileges.
But more than that, it could cost the life of a child. That's why the Mobile County Public School System is urging you to stop and obey all bus traffic laws. Hi, I'm Pat Mitchell, Director of Transportation for the Mobile County Public School System. We're asking you to obey all bus safety laws. It could save a life. Remember, stop ahead when you see red. Our future depends on it.
Don't worry, 74 people were picked before me in the NFL draft.
To fight childhood obesity, United Way and the NFL are helping kids play at least 60 minutes a day.
Okay, time for the team obstacle course. Yay!
What this place needs is more healthy kids. To get involved or donate, go to unitedway.org/play60.
Now I get it.
Did you know that the graduation rate for Mobile County is 82% and rising? That's because Mobile County Public Schools is equipping our students to be college and career ready. Did you also know that 144 of our AP scholars excelled high on the advanced placement exams to earn college credit? And with more signature academies and career technical programs, we are finding additional ways of keeping our students engaged. Building futures, it starts with us.
Diesel is a very big industry, and I went into it in a 2-year program at the Bryant Career Tech with Tony Tillman.
When Jacob graduated from the Bryant Career Center, he had earned his diesel credential.
The Career Technical Center taught me a lot, all the way from not knowing anything about a motor or engine to knowing pretty much every single moving part of them.
MCPSS Career Tech. Start your future today.
My what? Smartboard, that's right.
Welcome back to Homeroom. I'm Nancy, and don't worry, it's not loaded. But this is incredible. I remember when I took archery, or at least tried, I remember having one piece of wood here and then just a string there. And look at this thing. I mean, this is like a work of art, but it's kind of heavy. But we do have video to show you throughout this interview so you can see these wonderful kids from Bryant taking part in archery. I have two more students with me. They're both seniors. I have Carrie and I have Miles.
Yes, ma'am.
Good to have you here.
Good to be here.
This is wonderful. How long have you been doing this?
I've only been doing it for 4 years. I actually started in Coach Richardson's archery class my 9th grade year. So it's just been along for a ride.
Why'd you do it?
It just, when I first started, it was a lot of fun, you know, and Coach Richardson, you know, he's awesome, and it was a lot of fun, really.
And it still is?
Yeah.
I
like the traveling part. You
Do ya?
get to see a bunch of new places that you never thought you'd go.
Sure. Where were the Worlds last year?
They were in Tennessee.
Tennessee. What about Nashville? I love Nashville. I'll go with you the next time, okay?
Okay.
What about the Nationals?
That's always in Louisville, Kentucky.
Okay. But we have tournaments down here, too.
Yes, ma'am.
And we're going to have our first tournament in October, and it'll be at Bryant?
Yes.
Be at Bryant, so that's great. So anybody that wants to come out and watch this could go to Bryant High School the 12th or 13th, I think that's right, and watch these kids do this. It's incredible. And it's not that they all want to go out and hunt a deer or whatever. They're having a really good time. They're really practicing. They're learning great skills, time management, because you still have to go to school. And they do, and they still get good grades. Not bad combination. So anyway, how do you do this? Who wants to show me? You want to show me, Carrie? Miles?
I'll demonstrate.
Okay. I'm keeping this one. You can use the green one.
Yeah, no problem. Well, usually we have arrows in front of us.
Yeah.
But just for the sake of that.
Okay.
What you do is that see our knock locator right here.
Right here?
We always put the arrow underneath our string knock, and it'll be resting on our arrow rest right here.
Right here.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
And then we put 3 fingers under the arrow. We just pull it back, and we have coaches that teach us all good form all the time.
Right.
We just point at the target, and then we practice form every day, and we get better and better. So.
Oh. So you've got
It's very technical.
and this. It's kind of heavy. Is it heavy for you?
It kind of is, but you really get used to it when you're shooting so long. But
I bet your arms are like the first few times you probably couldn't move.
Yes, ma'am.
Even now, do you still practice during the summer every day?
I do.
That's good.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, good.
I try.
Yeah. Well, sometimes things do get in the way.
Yes,
now, you were number 1 in
the nation.
World? The nation.
Yes, ma'am.
Ha! We have the number 1 archer in the nation at the Mobile County Public School System at Alma Bryant, and I'm not surprised. I am not surprised. When I met Roy Richardson, one of the coaches, years ago, I knew how so excited he was about this, and the fact that it starts in the earlier grades. You know, now in elementary school, then into middle school, and now high school. I mean, it's just incredible. What do you want to do with this? You think after you get out of high school, you're going to still do this?
I'd probably just do it as a hobby. I don't know if I'd make a career out of it.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's, like I said, it's a lot of fun, and just to be shooting,
Sure,
Yeah.
sure. How about you?
I want to eventually try to make a career out of it. There's definitely some things that I need to think about, consider as option-wise as far as college goes.
Yeah.
But eventually I want to make it to the Olympic level.
Wow. So Summer Olympics are next year.
Yes, ma'am.
Think that's a little too soon?
I think so.
Okay. So give me a date. When?
Well, they have the Olympics in, I guess, the next 4 years will be in 2020.
Yeah.
I think they may be in Tokyo, Japan. I'm not sure.
Okay.
But if I can make those Olympics, that'd be fantastic. That's the dream.
How do they do it when you're in the Olympics in archery? What do? You shoot so many times and they take the top score, or?
There's a lot of technicalities to it, but there's a lot different equipment. You know, it's a lot different than the Genesis bows that we use all the time. We use, you know, the bow that you're referring to, the piece of wood and the string going from one end to the other. Well, these bows are made out of fiberglass, but they are very similar to those bows. They're called the recurve bow.
Oh.
And that's the bow that they use in all the Olympic level competitions. And it's much farther distance. It's crazy. It's crazy how
Have you
much
tried
next
one?
level. I have, yes ma'am.
Do you like it?
I like it a lot. I like it a lot. And it kind of gives me a little bit of an insight on where I could be headed after high school. So it's very exciting.
Do you have plans for college though?
I'm keeping that option in mind.
Right.
I am. I could see myself shooting for a college eventually once I graduate.
Right.
Not quite sure exactly what I'm going to do after high school yet.
Uh-huh.
But I'm considering everything.
Well, the University of Kansas is a fine university. I always have to put that in. I don't know if we have an archery program or not, but anyway, I'll check for you. And what about you next year?
I'm actually hoping to go do business stuff. I haven't really figured out where I want to go yet, but I'm hoping I get scholarships and stuff, and that way I don't have to worry about exactly where I'm going.
Exactly. Do they give archery scholarships?
Yes, ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that is so cool. Do they give like archery scholarships to left-handers? I want to go back to college. Is it harder to be a left-hander, right? I mean, like with this?
That would be a right-handed bow.
That's a right-handed bow, yeah.
Do you have any left-handers?
Yes, ma'am.
You do?
Yes, ma'am.
Does Coach find it weird that he has left-handed people?
Not at all. I mean, it's not as common as right-handed people.
Right.
But the form is always the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
This is, it kind of intimidates me. You know, it just looks so much more sophisticated than what I had seen before.
Exactly.
So this is really neat. So you've gotten your first tournament in October. Do you do a whole lot of practicing? I mean, you practice more than you would normally, or?
Oh, yes, ma'am, for sure. I mean, all of us out there down with Bryant High School archery team, we all have a vision. We're all trying to pursue bigger things when it comes to the program.
That is
We're
great.
after that national championship, so
Yes.
every time we practice hard.
So do you have freshmen, sophomore, juniors in the class?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
You worried that one of those freshmen might beat you?
Well, I like to try to get as many freshmen as I can up
Sure.
to that level with me.
Yeah.
I love having the competition.
Do you
Love
work
it.
with them?
Yes, ma'am. I do. I work with age groups anywhere from 3rd grade to 8th grade.
Wow.
Yes, ma'am. Actually,
is-
Connor Herring and I, we coach over there at the Bryant Elementary School.
Have you ever done any coaching?
No, not really. I think I'm just trying to coach myself more
Coach
than
yourself. Well, that's good. I mean, that's
anybody
perfect.
else, but
Yeah, we're all one big happy family in the archery
Yeah.
team. We're always helping each other.
Well, that's great. I mean, that really is great.
Yes, ma'am.
How did we do in the world?
We didn't do so well. Individually, I didn't shoot my best, but I shot one of my best scores. Will be a 296. As a team, we didn't.
296 out of 300?
Yes, ma'am.
Have you hit a 300?
In practice. In practice.
So this is your year that you're going to hit 300 in a tournament. I can
We're hoping
feel
so.
it. I know it.
We're
I
hoping
know
so.
it. I want to be there when it happens.
All
How
right,
about
come
you?
on.
nationals, I guess individually I shot better than what I did that year, but I didn't do my best, and I knew I could do better.
Yeah.
But as a team, you know, we tried as a team, and we did our best, I guess, but not really. We all knew we could do better.
Do better.
Even though.
Well, that's
but
what's
sometimes
happening this
nerves
year.
just get to you.
Oh, sure they do. Sure they do. Well, I'm so glad you all could come. It's time for the show to wrap up. So good luck to you, and I'll hopefully come see you. So thank you so much for watching.